The scientific studies you're reading are false. I used to work at University of Florida under a project funded by the Department of Defense for 2 years, where we published different scientific journals. Through that process, I learned so many amazing things about the brain, neuroscience, data, statistics, programming, etc. It was an amazing experience. I learned so much. However, I also learned that every single scientific study that you're reading in these journals is biased. Firstly, it's impossible to have every single part of your scientific study be objective. People performing these studies and analyses of the data are human, thus biased. Secondly, conflicts of interest do exist in the scientific community. Research is expensive. Just to get one data point typically costs thousands of dollars. All of this money comes from somewhere, funding sources. It's a well-reported and studied fact that funding sources can have an influence on the data and the studies. If they're not happy with your results, they will withdraw your funding. Part of my training was to learn how to properly read scientific journals to be able to identify bias and influence from other factors besides the data itself. And even with that training, I still sometimes missed cues and hint that the data I was reading may not actually be accurate. So make sure that if you're reading a scientific study, look one level deeper.